All right, everybody, welcome back to Bone Apple Tea. I have good news. After budgetary issues last week, one of our sponsors, that is me, decided to return. So now, on top of being sponsored by the like button, we are also sponsored once again by my clothing line, quality content available at qcathletics.com, because we had a restock on the blue joggers. I don't know if there are any left because it went up over last weekend, but they did go up over last weekend, so if there are any remaining, they'd be here, and you can check the link in the description, see if there are any left in your size, perhaps. And there's other stuff aside from the joggers if you happen to be interested. So, yeah, qcathletics.com. Let's start off with number 19. I love a good Livesaver. Master Luke's Livesaver. He's not wrong. I'm not gonna lie. I mean, the lightsaber does save his life on numerous occasions. If he didn't have it, I guess he could still use the Force and stuff, but it might not work out necessarily as well as also having the lightsaber to defend. So, yeah, I mean, it might have been a phone autocorrecting. This is a very expensive thing to make a typo on, I'm not gonna lie. It does look very fancy. Bowel down. Wow, the Queen won't bowel down to the public opinion about our protest outside the palace last week. Shame on you. Bowel down, that's what I say when I'm having difficulties on the toilet. You might mean bow down, which is weird because you just added 2 letters there. You didn't need to do the extra work. You could have just left off the E and the L. That took you like an extra quarter of a second at least to type those 2 letters when you just didn't need them. Dire beatings. Will I get dire beatings from eating too much sugar? This is just an autocorrect catastrophe. It has to be. They just like really misspelled it or fat-fingered diabetes, and it was just like, dire beatings? And they submitted before they could realize that it all went terribly wrong. I mean, I don't know. In this case, it really depends on your parents. I hope that if they find you sneaking a candy bar, they don't give you dire beatings. But if that does happen, I'd recommend reporting it to Child Services. Hand-me-down clothes. I have a box of hand-me-down girl clothes for 0 to 6 month olds ready for pickup if anyone's interested / needs before I donate elsewhere. Hand-me-down? That's what I say after I did too many deadlifts. We've had bowels down and we've had hammies down, dude. It's just an unpleasant day. I mean, I suppose if you overexert yourself, you'd have hammies down, which leads right into bowel down, dude. I mean, the first day that I came back to the gym after like 4 years off back in 2015, I had bowels down. It wasn't a leg day though, so I didn't have hammies down with it, but I could have if we went legs for. I actually probably wouldn't have even lasted as long as if we were starting off with legs instead of starting off with upper body. Probably would have gotten through like 1 set of squats and been like, bowels down, guys, I'm out. It's a hard not life. Haha, it's a hard not life. Hard knock life, you mean? What, this whole time? Yeah. Actually, got it wrong. It's, in fact, a hard butt life. So, you should get the proper lyrics. It's not, it's a hard butt life. And you need softer toilet paper in order to make it not a hard butt life. For those of you confused, because obviously this is not the gaming channel, that was a thing on Maya Knight Season 2 many years back where Tom Syndicate actually thought the lyrics were Hard Butt Life. So, yep. This dog is adorable. Heard you got a new dog. Yes, her name is Alpha. What an alpha. Actually, Caesar Milan would disagree. You must be the alpha dog. You can't call your dog alpha, otherwise your dog will think that the dog is the alpha, and then your dog isn't gonna listen to you. You have to be the pack leader. Didn't you learn anything from the dog whisperer? Oh my god, she is so adorable. Adorable, like, you know, cute. I was gonna say there's just no possible way that anyone who's gone through their entire lives thinking that it's 4 words. Adore a ball. How did you... I guess you never had to use that word in school. You never came across that word in school. You didn't, you know, like, cute. Oh my god, I was gonna say, but then they did the correction and it wasn't like, oh, that was a typo on my part, you know, I meant adorable. It was like, no, that's what I meant. I meant to say adorable. I'm honestly, it shocks me that there's still new content to go off of on this subreddit after I don't know how many times we've been here, probably almost 10 times or so, and we haven't just run into people just misusing the same phrases over and over. Like, there's still new words that have been butchered beyond belief, and I am amazed. Sprang my ankle so many times. Who remembers these? That looks uncomfortable. I wore them everywhere. I loved the dramatic slap on my foot every time I took a step. Man, these used to be my favorite. These used to be my favorite shows, even though I sprang my ankle so many times. That one hurt. That one really hurt. Oh my god. I feel like I've gotten a brain freeze, but it's from words. Oh man. Shows? I guess you were watching them as you were walking in them. It was your favorite show. Like, you don't need anything on TV or the computer, and you can just watch your feet walking. It's healthy if you're that entertained by watching your feet walk. You just walk forever. Hours and hours. Till you sprang your ankle and you're unable to do so any longer. Meaty Okra. I don't know, guys. What if The Office is just a Meaty Okra show? Isn't okra a food? I don't actually know what it is. I've just heard the word before, but what is okra? Okra. Okra is known in many English-speaking countries as lady's fingers, or okra is a flowering plant in the mallow family. It is valued for its edible green seed pods. There you go. I'm glad that I didn't try to make it up because I wouldn't have gotten that. So what if it's a plant, but it's a really meaty plant? What if they had a lot of those in the office, on the show The Office? Like, all the plants they're meaty okra plants. Also, how are you gonna watch The Office and be like, I really enjoy this, but now I'm gonna use some introspection here and think about my perception, and what if, even though I like it, it's just not it's a mediocre show. But I like it, but does that mean I have terrible taste? Is it just bad? But I like it and everybody else likes it. But is it really just not good, even though it's worldwide renowned for being a great show? But what if it's not a good show? This feels like an existential crisis over something that doesn't need to be. That ass hit is strong. That ass hit is strong, dude. Yeah, I guess that acid is quite strong. That's a little scary, actually, what's going on there with that apple. That poor apple deserved better than to have some kind of high molality. Molarity? What's the difference between molarity and molality? One is like based on weight and one is based on number of particles, I think. Probably high molarity. I don't know why I went to molality. It's high molarity acid. Anyway, that looks unpleasant. So the person's not wrong. It's just, you could definitely hide a demonetized underneath the dark blob of things getting dissolved and boiled or whatever the heck is happening with the acid on the apple. Come before the stone. Come before the stone. What? I don't. How did you oh god, you separated like two, maybe, okay, you know what, maybe it's English is not the first language, in which case it's fine. That's fine. I get it. In that case, it could be, I don't know, maybe this is like a well-known boxer or something like that, and they're from a different country, and they're trying to do a social media post in order to engage their English-speaking audience, but they didn't have their PR person on hand who speaks English to type it out, so they just tried. They're like, I've heard this phrase, it sounds a lot like this, I'm going to type it out phonetically, and then they ended up here. And so, you know what? I can't judge. I don't fluently speak any other language because I'm a trash human. Not that anyone else out there watching this who doesn't speak other languages is also, but it'd be nice to know another language is all I'm saying, because I feel like I'd be more culturally adept. Metapod strikes again. Cramps so bad, I'm screaming, where the frick you at? Metapod. Metapod yelling back, you're 31. The top comment, why does Metapod sound like a Pokemon name? It's because you have Metapod, dude. Metapod used cramps. It was super effective. It's a new attack that sends microparticles through the skin of the one on the receiving end of it, and those particles give them terrible cramps, or it sends ass heads into you, which don't. I'm sure if you swallowed bad amounts of acidic food, it would probably give you cramps. So it's a new Pokemon attack, but it's directed towards humans instead. Eating steak and snow. What is that 21 Pilots song where he says, all my friends are eating steak and snow? Okay, this one's like classically reused. I feel like this is a meme at this point. People purposely misunderstanding what the song says, because it is really hard to actually know what the lyrics are. I know that I didn't actually know what the lyrics were to that song until I saw them like written out on a page, and I was like, oh, it's something, all my friends are something, take it slow, right? But it's really hard to understand, and now it's a meme at this point, I feel. But all my friends are like villains, take it slow or something. I just know it because wasn't it Suicide Squad? It was the theme song for it. Anyway, I think if it wasn't the theme song in that movie, I probably never would have known what it means, and I wouldn't even know what they're referring to in this. Erail Elephant. Beach, the only thing you should be doing right now is that, and that is it. Everything else is Erail Elephant. However, the frick you say it, Erail Elf Ants. We've gone from elephant to elves and ants. We really went from one end to the other in terms of the size spectrum here. I'm impressed. What is it, an elephant or is it an ant? Please make up your mind. I'm very confused here. Obviously, what they meant to say is irrelevant, but I prefer Erail Elephant. I think that's a much better word, or compound word. I colored it. Oh, this looks to be a follow-up to Adroidith, which looks to be a follow-up to the banner. This is very meta, isn't it? Let's see. Let's start off with number 2. Very nice bone apple tea right there. I do believe it's been illustrated up here, though, but just another take on the subject. And then I colored it. Very pretty bone apple tea. For those of you who came here expecting that you were just going to see images of bones, apples, and tea, you've been satisfied now. I know you waited a long time through this video for it. Next up, we have cardiac arrest. I'm in the hospital. You okay? Yeah, I had a cardiac arrest. You mean cardiac arrest? No, my doctor said cardiac arrest. I think they meant cardiac. What's cardiac? Means heart. Oh yeah, that make more sense. I'm in the hospital. I was arrested because I was throwing tacks out of my car to give other people flat tires. So, no, I meant car tack. It was an arrest for car tax. I don't know what you're talking about. It had nothing to do with my heart. My heart's in perfectly good condition. I can run a mile in 5 minutes. And the top for the last month, anime. The doctor said I was anime. Excuse me? What the? Did you turn into drawing? Because that might be problematic. Never seen that be a diagnosis before, but wow, if you turned into a 2D animated character, might be a problem. Kind of cool though, if you're still alive. Not enough iron. Oh, anemia. No, it's anime. Learn to spell it. After I was diagnosed with anime, I went home and watched anemia on the TV for many hours. I recommend shows like Unalive Note, Dragon Ball Z, Hunter x Hunter. They're all pretty good ones. So check it out. You can go a little Cowboy Bebop if you wanted to. Bit of a classic right there. All great anemias. So, yep. Anyway, you're welcome for the recommends. That's it for the last month of Bone Apple Tea. Make sure to like if you liked. Check out the playlist in the description if you want to catch more of this subreddit, which somehow is not completely repetitive every time. Subscribe to the channel if you're not already. Hit the bell even if you are. And once again, QCathletics.com for those blue text joggers. Very comfortable zipper pockets so your stuff doesn't fall out. And I'll see you later.